Howdy y'all, I'm PaintThatBell, and today what we'll be doing is drawing all of y'all's OCs, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, this first OC we have here is from Jay-Z Lobo. Before we get too far into talking about the drawing process, let's go ahead and talk about the character, because they have a little bit of info on them. Werewolves are real, and there's nothing magical about them. There's no werewolf's curse. Though for one young werewolf in particular, there might very well be. Sammy lost his parents as a child, wound up homeless, and got himself captured by human scientists for use in horrific experiments. But now things are finally turning around for him. Now that he's been rescued and adopted by a pack, he has a chance to start a new life for himself. But can a lone wolf, ignorant of his kind's ways and laws, adapt to life as part of a community? And can he put his ghosts behind him and form the bonds he so desperately needs with his new family? This is a story about love and loss, wrath and redemption, blood and water. This is a story about survival. So yeah, that's the information they gave me. Apparently, this character is a part of their novel called A Werewolf's Humanity. So it's really interesting. And sad to say, I forgot this character's name. I know it has a name, but I forgot their name. Sammy. From what I've seen from the reference pictures, this character seems to be a little bit more in touch with his sensitive side. I may be wrong, but that's how I interpreted it, so I gave this character the expression of looking very sweet and kind and, compassionate, so I went ahead and drew that. This character was really a ton of fun to draw. Honestly, I don't really get to draw furries that much, so trying to draw a furry is always a challenge, and we love challenges around here, okay? Challenges are always accepted, they're always welcomed. The body wasn't that hard. The legs were a little bit hard. Especially since one of them has his foot a little bit more pointed towards the quote-unquote camera. That was a little bit odd. But what always gets me is the face. The faces of furries, they're more squashed than humans, so that's always interesting to try and do. The next character we have is from Nightfest. FYI, this OC is a dude, okay? Now, Sasha is very passionate and dramatic. He's aloof and takes a long time to warm up to people. He was treated poorly as a child and is still learning to accept kindness from others. He's extremely confident, however, and loves fashion and doing his hair. I mean, he's got a lot of hair there. I don't blame him. He has a reputation for fighting and has had his canines replaced with fangs. Loves his attention and that his reputation gives him. He got the nickname Lynx for his cat-like behavior and using his teeth as a weapon in fights. When he wins a fight, he takes a trophy, usually jewelry, specifically rings. He gets a lot of pride. He's got a lot of pride and cares a lot about his friends, but feels awkward about showing it. It's hard to earn his trust, but once you do, he's just gonna die loyal and hard for you. So that's Sasha. Now, Nightfest actually gave me 2 OCs that I could choose from, and to be honest, the only reason I chose Sasha over the other OC is mostly because this OC reminds me a lot of an OC that I have, mostly named Rick. If you want to learn more about Rick, I will put that video up in the iCards. Trust me, it's a good video. Up next, the next character that we have here is from Poor Man 379. Her info, and if it sounds like I'm reading off of a list, I am, because that's how they presented the info on this character. Not against it, but just letting you know. This character's name is Emily Chappell. They are female, a fox spirit, part fox spirit and half human, 19, 5'2", and apparently Emily is mostly human, with black fox ears on her head and a 2.5-foot tail with black fur and a white tip. Her black, just past shoulder straight hair has wispy streaks of gray and white. Slender build with a slight hourglass figure. Bright blue eyes, almost turquoise. Wears a small gold ring on her middle finger as it's the only finger will fit, and a small necklace made of silver with an emerald pendant in the shape of a fox. Has a small triangle-shaped chip in her left ear from someone cutting out that part of her ear. Profession. Secretly joins army part way through story. American Civil War style uniforms. Armor. Simple Union's colored / styled uniform. Rank lieutenant. Weapons, cavalry saber, black powder revolver with 2 rounds. Smith carbine style rifle. Personality. Has been kicked around for so long she has trouble with her confidence. Quiet and withdrawn most times, she is self-conscious about her tail and ears. She is kind to a fault, but like anyone, she has her limits. Stubborn after joining the military. Background. Orphan, was abandoned at a church. Raised by church, rough childhood, spirit merged with dying fox, changing her. And that's the info about this character. Honestly, it is a unique story. I honestly don't see that many OCs when I post on the forums of DeviantArt about this thing. That many military grade OCs like set in the past. So it's really interesting to see them and to really gauge how they work, what they're like, because you know, so many different characters are different. And how does the military change them and all that. All in all, I really love the uniform. Someone really did their research when designing this uniform because it's pretty good actually. And FYI, I didn't know all of these details when drawing this character. All I was going off of was the pictures and the references. So yeah, it didn't really cross my mind all of these details when I drew her. Looks like someone finished the video, huh? But the secret code word for this video is earplugs. So go ahead and type earplugs down below if you got this far, and I'll see all of y'all later.